It's finally time to travel again, and we're on our way to Uganda.
Uganda's in East Africa, and what we're most excited about for the first part of the trip is that we are flying in business class.
Yes, we're starting in Austin, quick layover in Houston. That part's an economy, very unexciting. But then we have Turkish Airlines Business Class to Istanbul and onwards to Entebbe. One of the many great perks of flying business class, even with Turkish Airlines, is here in Houston we get access to the Polaris Lounge, which is way more fancier than the United Club lounges we've been into.
Our layover is only about 2 hours, but you start boarding pretty early, so we only had an hour in the lounge. We got to eat at the restaurant though, and I got some fish tacos, Kyle got a burger, and it with a cookie skillet, and it was delicious.
Alright, sprinted across the airport, and as always we have a little bit of time, so clearly business class is not in the budget for us, so this was totally on points. I think we paid 88,000 United miles from one of our credit cards to get this, and we booked it a long time ago, but business class all the way from Houston to Uganda. How excited are you?
I am so excited, I cannot wait.
Alright, good start already. Got some lemonade here. Looks fresh.
They just dropped by our amenity kits, so I'm going to take a peek inside. First we have a face mask. It's really nice too. It has the eye hole so it doesn't press against your eyes. Ooh, it's super cozy socks. They're so soft. Got toothbrush and toothpaste so we can stay fresh. Earplugs in case Kyle starts snoring. Nice little hair tie. Refreshing face cream, some body lotion, and lip balm. And this cute little bag.
I came with these little stickers so I can let folks know what my status is, mainly sleep. One of the things we're super excited about Turkish, you know, the plane's a little bit older, but they have onboard chefs. Super fancy.
İyi akşamlar hanımefendiler, beyefendiler ve sevgili çocuklar. Türk Hava Yolları İstanbul Sarıçam Havalimanı'na gerçekleşti.
Also got some fancy slippers here. Said fancy, I haven't even opened them yet. It's like walking on clouds.
They just came by and gave us a little cushion for our chair to make it more comfortable, and put a pillowcase on our pillow, and they gave us a super cushy blanket, so we're gonna be ready for bed as soon as dinner's over.
Alright, now that we've been in the seat for a little bit, can just tell you a few of the features about the seats and the setup. You can see there's not a ton of privacy because there isn't a lot of storage or anything. It's an older plane, but you do have the buttons for lie flat, massage, sit up straight, adjust the headrest, things like that. There's a ton of storage under the footwell, so plenty of space for a big bag and a few other smaller things as well. And then there's just a little cubby to charge your things or to operate the TV, but there's not a lot of intricacy to it, I would say. It's pretty straightforward. Definitely covers our needs. I think the lie flat is what we're most looking forward to. Since the real highlight of Turkish here is the food and dining, we're going to try and walk you through the whole 5-course, however many courses.
We'll count them. We brought out our first course. I got some champagne and some mixed nuts. After the nuts, they came by with some fresh bread, and then they gave us our choice of appetizers. There's mushroom soup, Turkish meze, salmon tartare, a salad. I went with the Turkish meze since we're on Turkish Airlines. They even have these little bowls of herbs, little fresh herbs, and the cutest little salt pepper shakers. I cannot get over how cute they are. I feel like we just ate, but we wanted to try everything, so we got the pasta for dinner, and it looks really good. For dessert, I ordered the Turkish sampler. Again, Turkish Airlines. getting breakfast. Fresh fruit platter, pastries, yogurt. Kyle got the crepe and I got the spinach omelet.
And that wraps up our first flight from Houston to Turkey.
It was 12 hours long, so super glad that we were able to lay down and get a little shut-eye.
Good overnight flight, and one more to go to get to Uganda. Unfortunately, we only have like 30 minutes to enjoy the beautiful Turkish Airlines Business Lounge before we got to move on to our next flight.
I think this might be one of the nicest lounges we've been in. They have so many different stations. It's all local Turkish style, Turkish coffee, Turkish desserts. They have peas, which is like Turkish pizza. They have all these little nooks that you can sit into with these different themes, and beautiful rugs, and just so nice and open, and I love it.
And they had a golf simulator, so working on my game a little bit.
Yeah, little activities here and there, flight simulator, there's a play area for kids. Pretty cool.
So to wrap up, since it was so loud on our flight from Houston here to Istanbul, I would say overall, I mean, it was a late night flight. We took off at about 8 p.m. and mostly slept. Yeah, one of the things I think that's known on Turkish is that they have really good food and really good service, and they do have onboard chefs who I think really just manage the service, but they were super, super nice. And all of the food we had I thought was good. It wasn't like best food I've ever had, but it was up there in terms of best airplane food I've ever had.
Yeah, that pasta was pretty delicious.
We don't have any good critiques because we don't fly business enough, and we're just super excited anytime we can do so, and it's been a year since we did last, so we really enjoyed it.
We are boarding our second business class flight, and this time we have our own little entryway. Everyone else had to go to another ramp. So exclusive.
Alright, so our second flight right now from Istanbul to Entebbe. We're on a newer plane. This is the A330, and it's much visibly newer. It's a 222. Seats seem a little bit nicer, the screens are bigger, the buttons are fancier, so looks like it's going to be another great ride.
Alright, amenity kit review time. So we have a cuter bag this time. I like it better. And they have different versions, and they're all the Turkish skyline. There's a face mask. It's a little less fancy than the other one, and some socks. Again, a little more basic, but still very nice. Earplugs again. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Some little lotion. And lip balm. Very nice. And they have stickers, so you can say if you want to sleep or not, or if you want to be served food. Starting off our first course with some champagne. And then, of course, we have the cute little minaret salt and pepper shakers, yummy zucchini caprese salad, and some cheese.
We have a quick stop over in Rwanda, not even getting off the plane. Just want to emphasize how much room is on us. So we've got our suitcase here. I mean, I could sit over here, opposite Rebecca. Plenty of space. Plenty of space.
The flight from Rwanda to Uganda was only an hour, so very short, up and down. No service or anything on this one, but good thing it was quick. We're about to be in Uganda.
Thankfully, the 1 hour plane ride was very uneventful, so we have officially arrived in Uganda.
We have a couple hours to kill just at the airport because our car drop-off won't happen until about 6:30. So thankfully they have a little cafeteria here that we can sit in, and it has Wi-Fi.
So almost 24 hours to the dot it took us to get from Austin here to Uganda, and now we're super excited to kick off this adventure.
There is a lion walking down the road right to us.
There's a whole family of them on the ground. There's probably like a dozen coming out of the trees all at the same time. This lion is stalking some warthogs. I don't think the warthogs see him, it's just a baby lion. There were 2 babies, 2 mothers, and we saw the silverback.